Do you know what? First and foremost, congratulations to Arsenal. I think you got the result you came for. You nicked a goal. But what I would say, I think it was a cheap goal. We give you a goal. The keeper's got to do better. He'll be hugely disappointed because this was his chance. The manager's gone with him and backed him, and he's had really one thing to do in his penalty area, and that he didn't pass a test. And we saw in the second half, Raya had to come for one under pressure from De Ligt, deals with it. And that's the difference at the top level. One little mistake can cost you a game, and that's the 3 points. And he's actually a nice guy. I've met him a good few times and spoke to him a lot of times. He's actually a hard-working guy, but in these situations, he's so unforgiving, and he'll be judged hugely on this. And that's the way it is with goalkeepers. You make a mistake, and it can be something that really is a little bit of your undoing at times. But outside of that mistake and that goal, I have everything to be positive about, and there's so much positives I saw compared to what I saw last season that I look at it and go, Man United had 20 shots at goal against Arsenal today. The last time Man United had 20 shots at goal was an 8-2 game at Old Trafford. Like, that shows you we didn't score, obviously, but I want chances. I prefer you to be creating chances and not scoring than actually not creating anything and looking like a little bit kind of limp up front. We looked a lot sharper. We had legs to cause the best pairing in the league looked nervy at times. At times, first half they were stretched. That's the most important point. They were stretched. They didn't sit there going, "Oh, this is easy," just picking it off, nicking the ball off our players. Mbeumo in the first half, I thought was our most dangerous player. And then second half, Cunha, some of the things that he'd done today, I was looking at it going, do you know what? When we get to finish the end product out of these guys who proved they can do that in the Premier League, you add Sesko to that. Mason Mount, I thought, was a big plus in the first half for us as well, in and out of possession. And Ahmad coming on the right-hand side on the right wing. Against the lesser teams, he will start right wing back. And he'll be playing high, and then you'll get Mbeumo coming inside. I saw enough today that filled me with some hope. That was the thing you asked me earlier before the ball was kicked. You said, "How are you feeling?" And I was like, you know what? I'm more hopeful than anything. There's a lot more than just hope now with what I've just seen. Albeit we've lost the game and you beat us 1-0, but I think that again we're coming from a low ebb. And what I saw today again, that I asked for legs, I asked for the ability for transitions, I asked for physicality, I asked for intensity. In and out of possession, we got that today. And if that's what we're going to be fed this season from Manchester United, and you can add goals to that and cut out mistakes, we're going to have a much, much better season than we did last season.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the relationship went really well with Mbeumo, and you had Dallo overlapping. Definitely caused us problems. I didn't like the words you used when you said that we looked nervy, shaky, but we were definitely stretched. I do think our best players today were probably the defenders, the centre-backs. That tells the story, though, doesn't it, really? I mean, I don't want to be harsh. Obviously, they didn't get the goals, which is the difference. But when you looked at the team cohesion, Rio, what's the difference from last year already?
Yeah, there's an energy about the team. You're not carrying any passengers. There's an energy about the team into all positions. Everybody was getting the ball, playing quick. It was aggressive in what they were doing. Again, like I say, in and out of possession, getting to people quickly. I still think in the middle of the park, a couple of times in the first half, transitions where Odegaard ended up getting to the edge of our box and having a couple of shots, didn't capitalise or hit the net. But you don't want that happening too often. But I saw enough today, patterns even playing in certain areas. It looked like you've seen that there'd been time on a training pitch, then was playing itself out into the 90 minutes. So listen, I think everyone's fighting for fitness still at the moment. So I think second half we petered off a little bit in some respects. But I think the difference to this season, we look more like a team who were together, who had been coached, and who had a belief in what the manager was asking them to do.
I'm just going to read out some stats for you, Rio. So you had 22 shots, 9 for Arsenal, possession 62%, whilst we only had 38. Your passes, 476 passes versus our 296 passes, 82% accuracy. And it looks like you had less fouls as well. All in all, good song. What do you reckon Amorim's saying to those boys in the changing room right now?
I 100% believe that he says, guys, if you give me this every week, that energy, 11 men running after the ball, competing the way he did, and we just keep adding layers from the training pitch, like I said, 1 day a week, 1 game a week they're playing. They got a lot of time on the training pitch. We keep adding layers in terms of understanding the tactical side of things, the in possession, out of possession, what I'm asking you to do. We keep adding that alongside that application. We'll be all right. Trust me. Just follow me, boys. And I think that's going to be the case. Sesko hasn't even really kicked the ball yet. What's he going to bring? Do you know what I mean? There's still an unknown package there with him. I really liked what I saw from Mason Mount today. Again, in and out of possession. We all know what he can do. When in and around the box, he can score goals. He can create as well. But he's out of possession. His ability and his intelligence to move and to run when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, I think is something that's different to everything else we've got. That's why you're going to see him play games, because he does bring something different. But Luke Shaw, please stay fit. I'm begging you, please, man. Luke Shaw, please stay fit. The kid, he's just a phenomenal player, but he's been ravaged by injuries over the years, and everything just looks at ease with him when he's there. The way he plays, the way he moves, the way he passes, a huge asset. And Lenny Yoro looks like he's growing again in confidence, so he just keeps on growing. So it's
Ruben, thanks very much for joining us. What did you make of that?
It was a very good performance. I'm really proud of the players, but in the end we lost the game. But for me, again, you can win, you can lose, but in the end, to be proud of what they did, my players, I think it's a good feeling. But at the same time, it's really hard to lose a game like this.
Is that the closest we've seen to what your system looks like when it works well?
The system is overrated, so it's not a system. We saw sometimes defending with 5, with 4, and with 3. Most of the game was with 3 against 3. So I think it's more about the intensity how players play, if they are brave, if they are talented, if they are powerful. So we show a little bit more than that. We have a lot to do, and we need to focus on the next one.
I just said to a friend that that's the best I've seen Manchester United in 12 months without the ball. It felt that they were working just as hard without the ball as they were with it.
I think it's also they understand better the way we have to do it. They are prepared to do it physically, and they want to help each other, and that is a very good feeling. You can see that sometimes one guy is missing one run or something, or one pass, and you feel that the team is all together. So let's move on. Every game in Premier League is hard. Let's move on for the next one.
And just finally, all of that positivity that we saw coming out of pre-season showed out there on the pitch today, didn't it?
Not just on the pitch, outside the pitch, but it was really hard to lose that game. So now we have to work tomorrow, recover, and then prepare the next game to work on the small things and the big things that we have to improve.
Ruben, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bruno, sometimes football can feel quite unfair, can't it?
I wouldn't say unfair, but obviously I think it came a little bit short for us today. But I think overall we did something else to deserve a different result.
I think there's so many positives to take out of a performance like that, from an attacking point of view, from a teamwork point of view. Is it difficult to see that now when you're on the receiving end of a 1-0 loss?
Obviously, it's very difficult to see positive things when you lose the game, but we need to look forward and we need to see the next week what we can improve, what we have to improve after this game, what we did that wasn't so good for us, and when it went wrong. But I think it's always good things to see from this game to take forward and try to replicate that. But obviously trying to get goals and win the game.
One of the brilliant things today was the atmosphere inside Old Trafford. I thought it was absolutely rocking from minute one.
No, it was brilliant. I think, like I've just said in the previous interview, they talk about hope in the team, for what we did and everything. I think when I finished the game, what gave me hope of the season being different and being very good for us and positive was the way the fans react, and the way when we went around and came into the tunnel. They gave us up in that. So now next game for us is very important to give something back to them too.
Really nice to see some new faces, some debutants in the team. Thought Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha did really well from the beginning. What did you make of their performances?
No, they did very well. Obviously, we know what they can give to the team. You know the qualities they have. They are a very big threat on the ball. It's the beginning still, but they will create more and do more for us. I'm very sure because the qualities of them are very, very high.
Bruno, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pep Guardiola's side are considering a move for the Italian with Galatasaray interested in Ederson. City have already signed goalkeeper James Trafford for €31 million this summer, and the returning star is primed to be the club's new number one. PSG are likely to want around €40 million for Donnarumma, who has also attracted interest from Real Madrid and clubs in Saudi Arabia. The goalkeeper, who reportedly earns around €200,000 a week at the League One club, thanked his teammates and fans in his message. "I hope to have the opportunity to look the fans at the Parc des Princes in the eyes one more time and say goodbye as it should be done," he added. "If that doesn't happen, I want you to know that your support and affection mean the world to me, and I will never forget it." Donnarumma has made 161 appearances for PSG since joining the club from AC Milan back in 2021 on a free transfer. He has won 4 League One titles, 2 French Cups, 3 French Super Cups and the Champions League while at the club. Donnarumma has also enjoyed success with Italy, having helped his nation be crowned European champions back in 2021.